Static selector.
Tick tock, tick. Hey man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
What's up, Kevin from Southie? What's happening?
Listen, I appreciate the things that you two do, you and James, right?
You on the red eye? Woo! We working over here too. Kev, can you hear that? Can you hear the beats?
Yeah, I can hear it.
All right. Kev on the check-in. Want to take you up to 39,000. Turbulence in the chat. Turbulence in the chat.
Keeps the brain rocking.
This is your chat. This is your chat, people. Turbulence in the chat. Turbulence in the chat.
Keeps the brain rocking.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What's one thing life taught you? If you take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up.
Damn, man, you should have known better than that, man.
What's one thing life taught you? If you take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up.
Goddamn, Higgins. Is that you? Who you calling? Get the fuck out of here. Man, Higgs, man. You wanted to smoke, though, huh? You wanted to fight. Higgins wanted the fade, bro.
Did he?
Kevin, a.k.a. Higgins, wants to shoot the fade. That's the header of this video. Higgins wanted to shoot the fade.
God damn, Higgins. You've been
training. He was chasing the car down and all that. But, you know, let me just say this. This is the type of luck you would have, Kevin, from South Boston.
Yo.
If you're watching, this is the type of luck you would have. For one, how did you get that on the internet so fast, right? You got it on there pretty fast. Kate Peters, of all people, a crusty girl with panties. Crusty panties, Kate Peters. I don't know. I'll just call it Kate.
Oof.
I'll just call it Kate. And Kate, you know what? I tell everybody right now, Kate, if you're watching, you want to come back and call in the show. You want to call in the show and you want to talk. Come on. She's free now. There's really nothing you could say, nothing you could do to hurt any of my audience's feelings or my feelings. You want to call in and want to talk about how you got a hold of the new soundbite, the new video. Now, people are saying he was recording it on a burner phone. I think it's more so it was probably Android to iPhone, iPhone to Android. You know how that shit comes in. What you should have did, Higgins, you should have hit me up. I would have told you how to send it. You could have sent it in a WE file. You could have sent it in Google, Gmail, and it would have came in crispy. Because I'm pretty sure Higgins got an iPhone 16 or a new S Droid Samsung joint. But as luck would have it, Kevin from South Boston, Turtle Boy takes the corner, and there you are on your front lawn. But to make matters worse, the very next day when he has a show on Saturday. So this happens on Friday on the 4th of July of all fucking days. The 4th of July, decorated dudes.
Fuck.
I mean, Higgins, do you see the karma that's coming your way or this the timing of everything? And you chased them up the block. You wanted the fade. I hear you. You like what? You wanted to beat down Turtle Boy.
God
And what do you
damn.
think? Do you think Higgins could fuck Turtle Boy up? I'm just saying, like if Turtle Boy got out the car, who you think's winning that fight? That's a
I don't
fair
know.
question.
We'd have to see. I mean, shit.
He outweighs him by big weight. You know, a big
Yeah.
guy like that gets. I've been in fights with guys like that. They jump on top of you, 300 pounds. You gotta get on top of them. Disclaimer.
Yeah.
You gotta get them winded real fast. But he wanted the smoke. And I'm going on what Turtle Boy described. He described him running up the street. Turtle Boy didn't even pull out his phone.
God damn.
Damn, TB.
Slacking.
Damn, what are you, a 6-string journalist? God damn, you slacking, huh, man? I mean, whoa. Disclaimer.
Oh.
Disclaimer.
God damn.
God damn. Should have been on your shit, man. You know how it goes. You're in the band, brother. You're in the band, you know. You got to do your solo act, bro. What, you fuck up the keys? Fuck happened, bro? You out of tune? God damn, man.
Yeah,
God
a bass only has 4 strings.
Yeah. Oh, and that's what we are. We're bass, right?
That's right.
Yeah, we're bass. Yeah, you know. But you know, at the end of the day, he said that he didn't stop. You know, he had his chance, man, to get Kevin from South Boston. Imagine he would have recorded that. Him running down the street.
Right? I know. What was he wearing? What was Higgins wearing? Did he have his fucking star shorts on? We didn't get a fucking good description, bro.
Shit.
I mean, what was he wearing?
God damn, Higgins. He had that beater on, son. You wrong. Stop that car. There's a turtle in the pit. There's fireworks in front of my Now, as luck would have it, not only was it a 4th of July, it was on a Friday, and you're a decorated dude, and you're Kevin from South Boston, and you had a turtle coming down your street, and you wanted to stop the turtle. You wanted to take him back to the sea, or whatever you wanted to shoot the fade with the turtle. As luck would have it, the very next day on Saturdays, he's got a show, a live show, that usually gets anywhere between 8,000 and 10,000 people watching at a time, which is crazy. But that night, tonight, today, well, it's 12 a.m. Yesterday, he ends it at 12 a.m. into Sunday, which we're rocking right now. He had Alan Jackson on. So he had about 30,000. I think he maxed out at like 50,000 people watching him.
Yeah.
And he was talking all about you. God damn. You're a decorated dude. I mean, come on, man. What are you doing, man? You chase him. You should have jumped in the car, man, and rolled up on him, Higgins.
No
What were
shit.
you afraid of? You already got a murder case. Fuck it. What are they gonna do? You're already getting smoked. You may as well say fuck it and go all out.
Right.
This is what I mean. That's the difference between cops and street dudes. A street dude that knows that he got a body and someone's running up on him, he's gonna crash out. Everybody goes down. You didn't do that though, Higgins. Instead, you sent it to Kate Peters. You know? What up, Cuzzy Cuz? I'm live right now. I'm on YouTube. Click on YouTube. You want to come on? I'll send you the link.
I'm in my car, though.
I'm in my car too, man. What we talking about? Of course, buddy. It's not a car, though. It's a 777, man. I thought you knew. It's the Redeye. I'm flying to you right now. You coming to pick me up? I'm coming to LA, son. You're live right now. They can hear you, so watch what you say.
Okay. So you can't talk about
Well, no, I'm saying you're live right now. I got you on. I got the phone call on live. You call.
okay.
So listen, I'll send you the link.
I can't be live. No, I can't be live. I need to talk to you in private outside of all this.
All right, cool. So let me hit you back in about 45 minutes or so.
Of course. And I'm gonna just put the show on and listen to it anyway.
All right, Cuzzy Cuz. Where you at right now?
Best show around. Watching it.
That's right, brother. You know how we.
Watching all the past episodes, you covering a lot of stuff. It's great, man. I dig it.
Well, listen, I'm gonna talk to you in a bit. All right.
Yeah, I need to talk to you, man.
All right, Cuz.
Okay.
One.
Peace.
Cuzzy Cuz. Jay Janoni from South Boston. Jay Janoni from Southie, the one and only. He's been in all types of movies. The movie Departed, Gone Baby Gone, to name a few. He did the movie It Snows All the Time about dementia, which is a great movie. He directed it. He wrote it. Did a lot of great things, man. You know, one of the original Entourage members from the Mark Wahlberg. He's actually real good friends with Jeff, the guy who does Compelling Pitches with Turtle Boy. Isn't it a small world?
Small world.
Did you know that? Kevin from South Boston. God damn, it's a small world.
Static selector. Static selector.
Yeah, Casey Affleck. He's actually in the scene with Casey when they're in the bar. He's the one with the hat on backwards, and he's talking about it's the bar scene with him and his girlfriend, Casey Affleck with his girl, and he's in the bar and the dude's playing Keno, and the guy at the bar says something. But yeah, Jay's been in a lot of dope movies. He's been in all types of movies, man. He's been in the Patriots Day. Oh man, I mean he goes down the line, man. Google him, Jay. Google him, man. He's been at it for like 25 years. It's funny though, he called me. Usually that's how we used to get down. When I used to fly to LA, that's how it was. I used to fly out at like 10 o'clock at night, and then I would land, you know, and then it would just be rewinding time, you know. But as luck would have it, Kevin from South Boston, you on 4th of July are outside in your wife beater. You're chasing down Turtle Boy. You take the video, get the fuck out of here. And the very next night, the biggest night of Turtle Boy's career, basically, he's got 50,000 people watching him. Alan Jackson is on his show, your arch enemy, someone who put you on blast, someone that got you as the culprit. 50,000 people are watching him talk about you. That's how your luck would have it. But the thing is, what happened, Kev? The footage got to Kate Peters. How does that happen?
Oh, I mean, Higgins must have reached out. You know, unless she's still tied in somehow with the Commonwealth. If he reached out to somebody like, you know, shit. I mean, I don't know who he could reach out to. Tully. You know,
that's a good.
You'd have to think about that. You know, that little chain of command that's been in and out of this whole mix. You know.
Hey, Kevin from South Boston wanted to fade, bro.
Yeah.
Let's get into some of that interview that Turtle Boy did last night on the Galera.
Yo, you wrong.
You wrong.
I'll be like, yo, what time is JFK on?
Well, he's on late night after your show. You took all the viewers, Turtle Boy.
Sitting together.
You know how crazy it is, bro? To like, this guy is the person that everyone likes for the murder of John O'Keefe, right?
I drive by the house. I gotta confess, not the first time I've been in Higgins' house. I was down here a couple of months ago trying to throw my goddamn phone in a dumpster, if you recall. I did a whole thing on it, and they didn't let me on the Air Force Base. So we go to his house, and I'm in the goddamn passenger seat, and the house is on the right-hand side. So the driver's really closer than the fucking passenger. And we drive by, and holy fucking shit, decorated dude in the front yard. Like, of all the times we go by, Higgy's on the front lawn. I'm like, I was not expecting this.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Question mark, an exclamation point with some question marks, with a couple of exclamation points, and then some type of emoji.
God
like,
damn,
and
Higgins.
I'm like, holy shit, he's right there. And then,
yeah.
Holy shit, he's right there. Higgins is on the porch, man. What happened, man? You had the phone right there, man.
well, like, he didn't see, like, no way he saw me. So we go around the cul-de-sac at the end of the street, and we turn around, and we go by. And at this point, he has moved forward towards the front of the street. He's got his fucking phone out, and he's like, and we heard him yell, "Get the fuck out of here!" He yells at us. He yells at us, "Get the fuck out of here!" And then he starts chasing after us.
Higgins, who the fuck? God damn, you wrong, man. You wanted to fight Higgins. Kevin, a.k.a. Higgins, wanted to shoot the fade on the red eye.
Should have put his Crocs in 4-wheel drive.
God damn, son.
Yeah,
he gets in the street and he runs after us. Decorated dude. We got this decorated dude running after us.
You wrong.
I'm
God
like,
damn,
what the
Higgins.
fuck? Bro, Higgins is running after us.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, we're talking about a guy that watches the JFK show.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, we're talking about a guy that watches the JFK show.
Hey, man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
I mean, we're talking about a guy that watches the JFK show.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Question mark, an exclamation point with some question marks, with a couple of exclamation points, and then some type of emoji. Quotations, it's a smiley face. Question mark, exclamation point. What do you want from me?
And that's no knock on JFK.
Get the fuck out of here.
But if you're watching the JFK show, you are knee deep in Karen Reed content. Like, I'm sorry.
Sure.
He's like the sixth string show. He's like the sixth string show.
Now,
you know what I mean? Like,
Get the fuck out of here.
he's like
For
the
sure.
sixth string show.
Now,
You know what I mean? Like,
Get the fuck out of
Higgins, tell
here.
him.
he's like
For
the
sure.
sixth string
Talk
show.
to him,
You
Higgins.
know what I mean?
To be
What'd
fair,
you say,
also, the JFK show focused a lot on Higgy.
Sure.
Like,
It did.
really concentrated on Higgy.
or one could argue that, but
You good.
Hey, man,
If
what's up,
you're-
guys?
you could
Kevin
argue
from
that.
South Boston.
What's up, Kevin from Southie? What's happening?
Listen, I appreciate the things that you two do, you and James, right? But let me ask you something.
Question mark, an exclamation point. Question mark, an exclamation point with some question marks, with a couple of exclamation points, and then some type of emoji. Quotations, it's a smiley face. Question mark, exclamation point. What do you want from me? Question mark, question mark, you're hot.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
What?
Static selector.
Get the fuck out of here! God damn it! chat. That you, Higgins? God damn, he's chasing the car, Kevin. God damn, hit the gas.
Yo,
Let's go.
hit the gas. God damn, what was Turtle Boy saying, bro? Yo,
Listen.
hit the gas. Go,
Hey,
go, hit
Kevin-
the gas.
Kevin from South Boston. If you start chasing my car, keep in mind, right? I'm putting that shit in park. I'm jumping right out, and me and you gonna have a
Fucking
conversation.
dome light.
But that's
dome lights
just
coming on.
me. That's just me, Kevin from South Boston. Don't pull that shit with me.
Fuck
I'm just
no.
letting you know. I'm just whoop. Disclaimer. Don't pull that shit with me.
God damn. God damn.
Hold on a minute. He's still coming. This motherfucker. Lose him. Come on. You gotta... Damn, Higgins.
Yeah, Miggy.
You put them
God
Crocs
damn.
in four-wheel drive.
Yeah, no shit, man. Would you have your Crocs on and shit? It's hard to run on them motherfuckers.
God damn, son.
God damn, shorts, Crocs, and a fucking. What was he drinking? Was he drinking? You know he likes to drink. Did he drop his straw? What the fuck?
Did he drop his straw, son? Hold on a minute. We gotta take it back up to 39,000 feet. Yo, what? Hey, Barrows, is Higgins tough?
Absolutely not.
Would you be afraid if he was chasing your car?
Absolutely not.
God damn, let's go!
Static selector.
Nah, we get it. We know Turtle Boy's on probation. We get it. He got an open case. We get all that. We're not saying nothing like that. But at the end of the day, if you take the corner on a guy's street that lives on a cul-de-sac, right? The reality of it, if he is outside, you got to always plan on the. I get it. Like, how would you plan that? But you're still taking the corner to a man's house. Yeah. So if you run into him anywhere, or he finds out, let's just say he found out later, right? Let's just say he found out later that you went by his house and he decided to take a ride to your house, and he confronts you, it's an issue. Anytime you go to a man's house, they feel a certain way. Let me tell you something. If you drive by my house,
violated.
Like if you drive by my house, hey, Jay, let's go by J.F.K's house. Yo,
especially
we got
with
an issue.
Especially with your phone and shit. All like,
I mean, you got an issue. So that's just what comes with the game. That's no knock on Turtle Boy. We're not knocking him. We're just talking about at the end of the day, like whether he's an ATF agent, whether he's a witness, a murder suspect, regardless. If you go by somebody's house that's your opposition, someone you don't like, and they find out about it or they see you, that's going to be an issue. And guess what? That's retro. That's like a casket. That's like life and death. That's like a 737. You know what that is? That shit hasn't changed. There's nothing that's ever going to change that rule. You can't change that. I don't care how you try to talk your way out of it and how you try to say, no, well, this and that. And no, you got to understand. No, I don't understand shit. You come by my house and you got an issue with me, I have to confront you. Period. That's the way it goes.
Yep, that's facts, man. You know, I guess like you say, some people come from a different neck of the woods, man, but yo, you don't roll by somebody's house all my way, fucking even staring somebody down, man. You look at somebody the wrong way, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man, like,
especially
if
you're wearing fucking Crocs, bro.
I
You
mean, it
went
just
rough.
so happens, like, I don't want to see nothing, and at the end of the day, I don't want to see nothing bad happen to Turtle Boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a knock on TB. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a knock. I'm just saying, like, could they make a case about this? Like, I understand he's technically not a witness no more.
Yeah, but I
Technically,
mean,
but still, he's still a cop. He's still law enforcement. And then you're talking about that county. You know, can they make a case? I would be kind of shook, period. So my question is, why even go buy that house?
well,
Period.
here's
I wouldn't even be going by there. Period.
so
On bail or without bail. That's just me.
yeah, and you just brought up a good point. Like, what could it be? Could it be a bad thing? Well, put it this way. I mean, the dude's gone ghost. All right, he could, he's still employed. He could be on a special assignment or some shit. Changed his whole fucking identity. All right. Now you got somebody over there cruising down his fucking cul-de-sac, stalking him while he's out there fucking sunbathing. Give his whole new description away. He could have been pissed, might have thought his shit was gonna, you could blow somebody's whole fucking cover. Yelling out his real name and shit.
Be clear, this is YouTube right now, right? Be clear. This is a show after a show. So we're talking about what we heard and we're putting into perspective. We're just putting our take on it. This is not a knock on Aiden, on Turtle Boy, the movement. This is not a knock. We're not trying to bury nobody. We're not trying to diss anybody. We're just putting shit out there and we're just talking about it. That's it. So before anybody gets their panties in a bunch or says it's shit talk, it's not. You know what I mean? People talk about us all the time in certain lights. And one thing they say is, based on, they say that we need to speak on, they always say that Higgins, if you're watching this right now, you're catching us on a replay, or if you're catching us on a premiere, this is live right now. The chat is live. I appreciate you guys. I go by the name of J.F.K.
I go by Kevy Kev.
And when this is done, you guys can hit me in the comment section and you can leave a super thanks or you can drop a super chat, whatever you like. The Venmo's at the bottom, Kevy Kev 781 Cash App. But the point is, when people talk about us and talk about the Higgins phone calls, they always talk about it in a way where we didn't put in the work to get the phone call. They actually talk about it in a way where they dumb that pot down. Now, I don't know if it's done by design. I don't know if it's done by design. And I would like to think that it's not done by design because I'm not a guy that gets in my feelings about dumb shit. I know what I did. I know what work I put in. I know who I talked to. And I know how things work, how men work, how police work, how the system works. I get all this. Right? So, but in most conversations, when people talk about the JFK phone call from Kevin from South Boston, they always talk about it in a way where Higgins was watching everybody's content. I think that Turtle Boy said yesterday that he was knee deep in Karen Reed content. And he worded it, TB worded it, that he was watching JFK. I mean, goddamn, he was watching JFK. Okay, that's cool. He was watching JFK. No knock to JFK, but JFK's a 6-string show. What does that mean? What does that mean, Kevy Kev? 6-string.
I don't know if he's talking about guitars or fucking.
Like you're down, like so you're down, like you're like the last string, like you're the last. You're like the last on the totem pole.
Yeah, you last. You're not up there. You're not that high pitched or some shit. I don't know what the fuck he's trying to say.
So, but the point is, and he said it's not a knock on JFK, and it's cool. It's not a knock, but it's kind of like, it's kind of like a backhand compliment, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm not mad at that. But we got to be clear on why. Because my passion is not the phone call. That was never my passion. I didn't go into this trying to get a phone call from Higgins. See, Aiden went to Higgins' house. See, me, I went to the waterfall. And my passion is to prove to everybody that I keep talking about this waterfall video and that without a shadow of a doubt, fuck the reasonable doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, that he was talking to John O'Keefe in the waterfall. So I took it upon myself, me and my partner in crime, the legendary, the one and only James Jackson.
Yep.
We went to the waterfall with tripods, microphones, and we did a reenactment video. We also was in Boston, where there's Boston police, badges that say Boston police. They don't say Denham police. They don't say Sudbury. They say Boston police, Cambridge police. We were in Boston, we were in Cambridge, and we ran into some people that knew Higgins. So we also name dropped that and said Seaside. The same time we aired the episode of the reenactment video. And that reenactment video was the first thing he mentioned. He said, them dudes you're accusing, right? There's some decorated dudes. Right? And the thing is, I get it. Everybody wants to say, well, Higgins been watching all of us. He's been watching all of us. He's knee deep in Karen Reed stuff. Okay, that's cool. But what does that got to do with it? Why don't you call a spade a spade? We did the reenactment video the same night he called. Could it be that? Could it be the reenactment video that got him to call? The work that we put in to prove what the... Oh, and by the way, we did that back in December, and the trial was in April, and I was saying that trial is going to be based on that waterfall video. I was saying that back in December, November, October, that the trial is going to be based on that waterfall footage. And it was. Now, I get it. Towards the end, they flipped it, and they talked about the collision was more the reasonable doubt. But it was all eyes on Higgins. And my channel has been all eyes on Higgins. This ain't new to me. It's been all eyes on Higgins. And all my long game is we've been about all eyes on Higgins. Now, I'm not going to say that I created that. It is what it is. Higgins, it's all eyes on Higgins. Anybody with two eyes can see that. It's not just me. It's not me trying to big myself up or put myself over. But what I won't do is listen to somebody tell, well, Higgins just happened to call up the J.F.K. show, the 6-string show. Well, maybe it was this video right here that made him call.
Definitely the fucking video.
I mean, I would assume it was.
We hit like bass, bro. And a bass only got 4 strings, bro.
I would assume that's what it is. Now, I get it. Like, everybody wants to say, well, he was watching my show too, and this and that. Okay, I don't know. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I really don't care. That's not what I did the video for. I didn't do the video for props. I did the video for the same reason everybody got into this. I did the video to prove that Karen Reed's not guilty and to get justice, the pivot. The pivot is to improve the situation. The pivot is to make things better. I'm all about the pivot. Right now, we know she's not guilty. That's the greatest feeling. But you know what can make it better? If she gets exonerated. That's the pivot. When they say Karen Reed is exonerated and Kevin from South Boston and them boys did it. So let's talk about the waterfall. We know how this goes, right? I stayed at the waterfall every single night to the point where people were telling me I was at the waterfall way too much. I was an alcoholic. But maybe it was when we did this right here. Read between the lines. Here's James Jackson.
Yep.
James Jackson is acting like John O'Keefe. This is the waterfall video. This is what it looks like inside there. When you see it in this way, look at what it looks like when it's like this on the footage they were showing in court. Everything looks so spaced out.
Yep.
This is how close. And listen when I talked to James Jackson, what he said.
Come outside. Now, ladies and whispering too. Now you can hear everything I'm saying to you right now, right? Yeah, and you whispering too.
That's how close Kevin from South Boston was to John O'Keefe on 1/29/2022. Maybe that has something to do with him calling in. No, Kev?
Oh, definitely, dude. Definitely got something to do with him calling in. He knows you fucking. You know exactly how tight that fucking place is. You know that just by what you're doing right there, you played Higgins, bro. You played him. You know what I'm saying? You know, you yourself know how loud you had to be for him to hear you, how big that fucking place was. That shook fucking Higgins, man. You reenacted Higgins.
And we did. This is Chris Albert. Now, this is Chris Albert leaving the bar. This is what he did, right? He looked at John after the two pit bulls left, and he said, this is exactly what he looked like. This is him. This is at 12:10. He's looking at John. Oh, my bad. I don't know what they were doing. Look at how big it looks in there. Look at how big it looks in there. And this is what it really looks like. Right now, look at Chris. That's me. That's me being Chris A, right? Talking to John O'Keefe. Look at what it looks like on the surveillance video. Look at how far the door looks. But in reality, look at how close the door was.
Door's right there. Right
there. The door looked like it was so far away, right?
Yeah, I know.
So before Chris A left, he wanted to tell John.
John O'Keefe. I'm sorry, man.
He wanted to be like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry about them. I don't know why they did it. He threw his hands up real quick. Then he went to the bathroom. Threw up his hands, my bad. He walks away. John takes a swig of his drink. John's in his mind right now. He's feeling nice. He knows the energy shifted. He looks to the right. He looks to the left. And that's when he gets the fuck out of there. And he's probably thinking, are they sitting outside? Because he knows they were just starting shit. And he's probably thinking to himself, when he walks out there, is there an issue? So he's in his own mind right now trying to figure this out.
And remember, too, you know, what sometimes people forget is that he's the one that he's had the problem with the kids and on the lawn, and that's Colin's father.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, how friendly do you think they're talking right there? Do you think John filters any bullshit that comes out of his mouth? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. Now just look what John does right here. As soon as he goes to the bathroom, look what happens. Left to the right. He looks at Matty M. There he goes. He sees where he's going. He sees Matty yapping still. And he's like, yo, I'm out.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yep.
And now this is what it really looks like in real time.
Man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. All right, man.
In our reenactment video, we show the distance and how close they really were. It hit somebody's nerves, and we got a phone call by Kevin from South Boston.
You wrong. What's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
Hey, man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
Heel toe. Keep in mind, When I first came into this game, right, this is a fact. We could go back. We talk about receipts. And like I said, I never did it to get credit. That's not what I did this for. I did it because I really believe Karen was innocent. Now, obviously, there's things that come with it. I want to build my YouTube channel. I'm a creator. I get all that. I'm not going to sit there and act like it's not cool to go live. It's not cool to have an audience. It's not cool to have fun. It's not cool to have a channel. I'm not going to say there's not perks that come with it. Of course there is. But the point is, I always wanted to be credible. Every time I put a goal up, I say support reliable content. I'm just not the J.F.K. show, the J.F.K. show, the six string show. Like, that's not what this is. That's not a good adjective. That's not good. We're not doing that. Period.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We're not doing that. You know, to me, it's like, you know, I just don't understand that, because we put in the work. You know, I took the ride to the Waterfall. I live out in Atlanta. I had to jump on a plane. I had to fly in. I had to jump in the whip. I had to drive there. You know what I mean? I'm not down the street from there, bro.
No.
And I went there and I did that, and I put it out, and I put that energy out there. Every night I put in work for that Waterfall video. Every single night. To tell everybody about the sound bites, to tell everybody about the chord system, and give everybody a different perspective. Not because it's JFK, the six string show. No, because JFK has a different way of looking at it.
Yo, not a lot of people see that bullshit that was going down in there. You know, and all that bullshit and all that fucking testosterone that was being fucking emitted in that fucking bar, all right, over a chick, over some text, you know, and that shit happens all the time.
Of course. No, it's not. Listen, at the end of the day, this is about what you get out of it, right? When it was time to react to the phone call, and it was time to put in work, we put in that work, and we got what we got out of it. And that's what it comes down to. And that's all. It's all about just salute. You give credit where credit is due. If you're gonna describe the Higgins' phone call, please describe it with they did a reenactment video, and that same night he called. That's how I would like it subscribed, because that's the truth of it. That's not me. That's not me throwing shit in the game. That's what happened. It shouldn't be like, oh, it's the JFK show. He probably was watching Turtle Boy and then watching Young Jerks, and JFK happened to be on. You know what I mean? And then he happened to call JFK. Well, that's a way, basically dumbing down the reenactment video. And then you're shitting on the message of the video. You're shitting on the message of why he called. The guilt of it. That's what it's about with me. Because like I said, I call this the pivot. And if you Google pivot, it's to make things better, to make a move, to make it better,
change,
to adjust, to change. So this is what we're doing. We're trying to okay, she got found not guilty. Okay, cool. We get all that. But let's exonerate her. She's still going to walk around and people are going to say, yeah, she's that girl that hit the dude in the truck, but she got away with it. I want to see them step up and say, no, she didn't do this. She's exonerated. That's the pivot. And not only that, before we could do that, we got to get justice for John, and then she'll get exonerated. So now John's in front of her. So first we had to get her found not guilty. Now we got to get justice for John, and after we get justice for John, then she'll get exonerated. That's how the pivot is going, and that's what I'm doing day in and day out. And I'm putting in that work again. So that's where we're at right now. That's what's going on right now on the JFK show. So I just want to make that clear. That's what's going on. And you, Kevin from South Boston, you chasing down cars. What are you doing, buddy? You tripping out.
You got to put the fucking Crocs in 4-wheel drive, brother.
God damn, man.
God damn.
Yo, you wrong.
You wrong.
I'll be like, yo, what time is JFK on? We listening together?
You know how crazy it is, bro, to like this guy is the person that everyone likes for the murder of John O'Keefe, right?
I drive by the house. I gotta confess, not the first time I've been in Higgins' house. I was down here a couple months ago trying to throw my goddamn phone in a dumpster, if you recall. I did a whole thing on it, and they didn't let me on the Air Force Base. So we go to his house, and I'm in the goddamn passenger seat, and the house is on the right-hand side. So the driver's really closer than the fucking passenger. And we drive by, and holy fucking shit, decorated dude in the front yard. Like, of all the times we go by, Higgy's on the front lawn. I'm like, I was not expecting this.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, an exclamation point with some question marks, question mark with a couple of exclamation points and then some type of emoji.
And I'm like driving by and I'm like, holy shit, he's right there. And then we're like, he didn't see, like, no way he saw me. So we go around the cul-de-sac at the end of the street and we turn around and we go by. And at this point, he has moved forward towards the front of the street. He's got his fucking phone out. And he's like, and that's what, and we heard him yell, get the fuck out of here. He yells at us. He yells at us, get the fuck out of here. And then he starts chasing after us. He stops and look at it. He gets in the street and he runs after us. Decorated dude. We got this decorated dude running after us.
You wrong. You wrong. You wrong.
And we're like, what the fuck? Bro, Higgins is running after us.
Get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here.
Damn, Higgins.
We're talking about a guy that watches the J.F.K. show.
The fuck out of here.
I mean, we're talking about a guy that watches the J.F.K. show.
Hey, man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
I mean, we're talking about a guy that watches the JFK show.
The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here.
Question mark, an exclamation point with some question marks, question mark with a couple of exclamation points and then some type of emoji. Quotations, it's a smiley face, question mark, exclamation point. What do you want from me?
And that's no knock on JFK.
The fuck out of here.
But if you're watching the JFK show, you are knee deep in Karen Reed content. Like, I'm sorry.
For sure.
He's like
For
the
sure.
sixth string
Now-
shell. He's like
for
the
sure.
sixth string
Now-
shell. You know what I mean? Like,
The fuck out of here.
he's like
For
the
sure.
sixth string
Now-
shell. You know what I mean? Like,
The fuck out of here.
he's like
For
the
sure.
sixth string
Now-
shell. You know what I mean?
To be fair, also, JFK, the JFK show focused a lot on Higgy,
Sure.
like
It did.
really
It
concentrated on Higgy.
Or one could argue that, but
You
But-
good.
Hey, man,
If
what's up,
you're
guys? Kevin from South Boston.
What's up, Kevin from Southie? What's happening?
Listen, I appreciate the things that you two do, you and James, right? But let me ask you something.
Question mark, an exclamation point. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, an exclamation point with some question marks, question mark with a couple of exclamation points and then some type of emoji. Quotations, it's a smiley face, question mark, exclamation point. What do you want from me? Question mark, 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 question mark. You're hot.
The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here.
That's
You wrong. You wrong. You wrong. You wrong.
you wrong.
you wrong.
You. I'll be like, yo, what time's JFK on? We listening together?
You know how crazy it is, bro, to like this guy is the person that everyone likes for the murder of John O'Keefe, right?
I drive by the house. I gotta confess, not the first time I've been in Higgins' house. I was down here a couple months ago trying to throw my goddamn phone in a dumpster, if you recall. I did a whole thing on it, and they didn't let me on the Air Force Base. So we go to his house, and I'm in the goddamn passenger seat, and the house is on the right-hand side. So the driver's really closer than the fucking passenger. And we drive by, and holy fucking shit, decorated dude in the front yard. Like, of all the times we go by, Higgy's on the front lawn. I'm like, I was not expecting this.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, an exclamation point with some question marks, question mark with a couple of exclamation points and then some type of emoji.
And I'm like driving by and I'm like, holy shit, he's right there. And then we're like, he didn't see, like, no way he saw me. So we go around the cul-de-sac at the end of the street and we turn around and we go by. And at this point, he has moved forward towards the front of the street. He's got his fucking phone out. And he's like, and that's what, and we heard him yell, get the fuck out of here. He yells at us. He yells at us, get the fuck out of here. And then he starts chasing after us. He stops.
God damn.
He gets in the street and he runs after.
Damn, he was running after you, man. You know the craziest thing is the craziest thing, Kevin from South Boston. The very next night, Turtle Boy got a show with this guy right here, and this is what he said.
I say this a lot, and it sounds really self-aggrandizing. I don't get nervous. I make people nervous. I make decisions because they're the right decisions, and it comes. I say this a lot, and it sounds really self-aggrandizing. I don't get nervous. I make people nervous.
God damn, Alan.
I make decisions because they're the right decisions, and it comes. I say this a lot, and it sounds really self-aggrandizing. I don't get nervous. I make people nervous. I make decisions because they're the right decisions, and it comes.
Damn. What you say, Alan Jackson? What was it? What was it?
I say this a lot, and it sounds really self-aggrandizing. I don't get nervous. I make people nervous.
Damn. Hold on. What you say? What you say though, Alan? What should Higgins take from what you said tonight? Of everything you said tonight, what should he take away? The mindset that you're in. Do you get nervous? Are you scared? Talk to us, Alan.
I say this a lot, and it sounds really self-aggrandizing. I don't get nervous. I make people nervous. I make decisions because they're the right decisions.
No. I mean, the family, though. You worried about them in the civil suit? You worried about them coming at you? Like, what type of time are you on? What type of mood you in right now after this case, Alan Jackson? You want to ask them a question? Kevy Kev? You muted up, brother.
Some music and shit in the background and shit. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'd be curious to see, you know, I'm sure there's still a lot of shit that was never really, you know, disclosed in some sense. You know, I mean, there's these people, you know, being able to speak on shit and this case being over, you know, they could tell a tale that hasn't been told. So I'm sure he's got some shit on Higgy.
Let's ask him. Alan Jackson. Uncle Al, are you nervous about anything? How you feeling right now? Huh?
I say this a lot, and it sounds really self-aggrandizing. I don't get nervous. I make people nervous.
Oh shit.
How y'all feel out there?
How we feeling, chat?
Oh yeah. All right. Check this out.
Karen Reed is free.
Is the place to be, as it is plain to see. He is DJ
Static Selector.
And I am 3, 2, 1.
We know what you did at the Waterfall, Kevin.
You did John dirty, bro.
What's wrong with you?
What is wrong?
Woo.
Accountability.
Say what?
Accountability.
I say this a lot, and it sounds really self-aggrandizing. I don't get nervous. I make people nervous.
Goddamn.
How y'all feel out there?
You made him nervous with this Waterfall video, bro.
All right.
Damn, Higgins, when you seen this Waterfall video, you was like, damn, that's too close for comfort.
Check this out. Is the place to be, as it
Kevin from South Boston, all eyes on you, brother.
is plain to see. He is DJ
Static Selector.
and I am 3, 2, 1.
Woo! Damn. Who are you talking to? I mean, you weren't talking to nobody, Higgins. You were talking to John O'Keefe. And you was enraged. Look at you right here, brother. Look at you. Why is a pizza man grabbing an ATF agent? God damn. What's wrong with you? Higgins. Kevin from South Boston, I need to ask you a question. What was going through your mind? Why are you so upset? What's wrong with you? I said, what is wrong? God damn. Woo! R.I.P. Officer John O'Keefe. Be clear, Officer John O'Keefe been in the dirt now for over 40 months.
Yep, we need to get some justice for John O'Keefe.
Higgins is running around chasing people down streets saying, get the fuck out of here. What did you say? You said his Crocs had 4-wheel drive?
I don't know. He might have the ones with the headlights.
God damn. God damn, Higgins. We just got one question. Higgins, what's wrong with you? What is wrong? God damn. I go by the name of J.F.K.
I go by Kevy Kev.
You on the red eye.
What's one thing life taught you? If you take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up.
You know? So where we at? What do you think's going to come out of this, man? So Higgins goes to Cape Peters. He's chasing dudes down the street. He's in the Cape. He's out here. Obviously, he's very flustered. He's very upset. He's mad. And now this is all over the internet. I mean, now you know he's watching everybody, obviously. And what do you think he's feeling right now?
He's gonna push the issue to fucking try to make a statement with this dude, with Turtle Boy.
You think so?
Oh, I think someone's gonna, especially, look who's throwing it out there. You know what I'm saying? Who's trying to get fucking, the first like. That fucking chick Kate. I mean, she's evil, man. She's attacked both of them. Who knows? Who knows if she's still a little, this could be, this could be a setup, man.
So you think he's going to try to make an example? He's going to try to pull the plug? Like, what do you think that Turtle Boy should be worried? Let me ask the chat that. Let me ask you first. Do you think TB should be worried?
I mean, he's not a witness. Let's say that. The case is over. So when I look at Higgins, feeling like he was violated, I mean, it's a little far-fetched. I mean, it's a public fucking road. Turtle Boy knows his rights. He didn't do anything factually wrong or threatening. You know what I'm saying? He's stuck by the guidelines, let's say. I mean, I really don't know how that's going to, get backfired on him. But, I mean, if you're on probation or you got to suspend.
He's on bail.
You're on bail. All right, on bail.
That's worse. That's worse than probation.
That's worse, man.
I mean, because at the end of the day, probation, you got to have a whole hearing and all that. Like, you're on bail. Like, if you pick up a new case, man, like, they can take your bail fast. You have, like, the hearing that you have for bail is not the same as a probation hearing. It's like every hearing is different, and a bail hearing is real easy to get your shit revoked, especially if you pick up a charge similar to the case you already have. If you pick up a case with threats, I mean, that's the thing. Like, Higgins could say anything, right? He could say he threatened me, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, Higgy. He's gone into fucking gun stores and fucking flipped them upside down. He could do whatever the fuck he wants, bro.
But do you think that's his mind state? Do you think that he's trying to have that smoke? Do you think he's trying to be involved in the court system, or he wants to stay far away from it? Because if he did do something like that, then he would have to pop his head out. I don't think he wants to pop his head out.
Well, he gave that info to the wrong fucking person.
There you go. And that's big to think right there. That's a good point you just made, because he did give that information out and he's popping his head out.
He could have reached out to you. He could have reached out to you, bro.
Yeah, but and I wouldn't have played it though. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just saying he reached out to that one person that knew that it would throw it in that negative alley. You know what I'm saying? And let it get fucking built up with all the bullshit that comes along with it.
Right. But to add to your point, it's still putting him out there. Like he was out of sight, out of mind, right?
He didn't have to run down his lawn and video that shit either. So there's two sides of that coin toss. You know what I'm saying? Like, did he really fucking? Was he looking to fucking? Was that to cover his own ass? But I mean, he would have kept that on his person. You know what I'm saying? Why?
Well, maybe Higgins wanted to shoot the fade.
Hey, I'd put them fucking Crocs in 4-wheel drive, and answer me something. Did you have the little ATF fucking fidget, the Fibbit, the little thing that you put in the Croc, huh?
Right. Oh yeah. What is it called? Yeah. He called it. Nah, they're not called that.
The ATF one.
Oh, the
spell it out. Did you spell it out? ATF.
What are they called in the Crocs? I know what they're called too. My daughter be wearing them. What are they called? The gibbets. The gibbets, son.
Fucking have an ATF gibbet.
Yeah, the ATF gibbet.
Static selector.
Yes. God damn it.
Damn, we're just keeping it real.
So Becca has thoughts. He sent to someone TB has a restraining order against, though, and it doesn't show anything more than a car driving. I get all that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I meant by he kept it.
But still, it's still a cul-de-sac. It's still a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
They got to turn around. Like I lived on a cul-de-sac for years, and anytime a car pulled down it that I didn't recognize, they got to come around. And you know what I mean? And it's always all eyes on that car. So, like, I heard Turtle Boy explain and saying every car that comes down there. Well, if it is a cul-de-sac, then that's the way you are when you live on one of those. Because people know it's a cul-de-sac, and most people that come down that street are usually either just turning around or they got business on that street. Yeah. So I think that's kind of self-explanatory. I lived on a cul-de-sac for like 11 years. So anytime someone pulled down it, all eyes on them. Because what are you coming down here for unless you live on it? I mean, there's only
looking to buy a new house or something.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. I mean, you just, when you say it like that, JFK, it's like, why the fuck even drive down the street? You know what I'm saying? If you're on vacation and you're doing your own thing, you're with your lady, you know what I'm saying? Why bring her through that shit and get, fucking dudes running after the car and shit like fucking Cujo and shit?
He could have fucking shot at the car, bro.
He could have.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I'm saying. Like the dude got a body at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, it could easily, what if he was you know what I mean? You don't know where he's at mentally.
Yeah, dude. Saying? He could have thought he was getting raided, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, he could have thought something else. I mean, who knows? He could have been on shrooms. He could have been on some zanies. He was wilding out. I mean, he's talking to K. Peters. Obviously, he's not in the right mindset. He knows. He's smart enough to know that K. Peters is fucking trash.
you know.
If
And
they
they-
don't like the way they're being talked about, they shouldn't have killed John O'Keefe by being pussies and jumping them. Indeed, Truman Show. They say Higgins started to crack because he went into rehab. And if you look at him, because he's a medic, he looked like he was holding back tears. Yep. I seen that on the stand. We talked about that. Karma's going to get them, and it's going to be bad. Truman Show, thank you for the $2. Thank you for everything, brother. We got Truman Show coming through with a 10-piece. Thanks for all the super chats, bro. Or a woman. I don't know if it's a woman or a man. I think it's a man because it's a man emoji. Don't forget Higgins is a soldier before anything, and my husband, excuse me, she's a female. And my husband is a soldier and a soldier before anything. I'm military, and this went beyond any of beliefs. Trust me, it's eating him alive. I agree. Peter Grand, $5. The only two decorated dudes that matters is J.F.K. and Kevy Kev. I appreciate you, Peter, man. That's great. Eminem, what's up, girl? Charging Higgins needs a mashup. Call me Kevin by Champagne Jerry. Okay. Felicia Jones, what up, girl? Replay, what happened for me? Higgy chased somebody? Yeah, he chased Turtle Boy down. So to paint the picture, so allegedly, I mean, it's not allegedly, wrong word. Apparently, Higgins lives on a cul-de-sac in the Cape, right? And it's been beautiful out there in Boston, right? I mean, it's summertime everywhere, but it's been nice, right? High, like 80s, 90s.
Yep.
So, the Cape is where it's at. If anybody's not from Massachusetts, you want to know what Boston's like. Cape Cod is probably about 45 minutes away from Boston in the North Shore. And
it's breezy.
Longer than that with traffic. Trust and believe that. But anyway, it's a beautiful place. You definitely don't want to go in the water because great white sharks are fucking deep. I seen them with my own eyes. I've been on boats looking at 13-foot great white sharks, but that's another story. I got videos of it. One day I'll play them. But yeah, crazy looking at these bad boys. I ain't going in the fucking water. I'll tell you that.
Fuck that.
Nah, not no more. I don't care.
I've seen some shit on National Geographic.
I mean, them motherfuckers come right on. They're right there. Like, I mean, they're right there.
Fucking dinosaurs, bro. I'm good.
Right. I'm good.
Good.
So anyway, long story longer, he was down the Cape chilling. Beautiful place, bars, grills, this, that, just a great vacation. But it's like leaving Massachusetts. If you're in Massachusetts, it's like going somewhere else. You feel like you're somewhere else. And then he decided to take a spin on Higgins's block in the Cape. And he lives on a cul-de-sac, which means you got to drive down and turn around and leave it. So if Higgins is outside, I mean, obviously if he's I mean, let's just put it to perspective. Higgins is watching everybody that comes down that street. So it's not like he would have been looking at me. He would have been looking at you. He'd have been looking at anybody. He's an ATF agent. He knows that street. He knows everybody that lives down that street. And I'm sure other people have been going down that street, like saying, Googling his name, finding out where he lives, thinking it's funny going down the street. But what you got to understand, it's back to what Kevy Kev said. You don't know what type of mindset this dude's in.
He's a trained creeper. You can't creep on a creeper.
Oh shit, though.
Shit, I said this a million fucking times.
Yeah, you did. Say it again. Say it a million more.
He's a fucking trained creeper. You can't creep on a creeper.
Mm-hmm. Ladies, how many ladies are in the chat right now? Put your ones up. How many ladies are in the chat right now? How many ladies are in the chat? Ladies, where you at? How many ladies are in the chat? I want to see the ladies in the chat. How many ladies are in the chat? Gotta slow it down, man. We need to pause for the cause real quick.
Give him one. Shit, give him some slow dance and shit.
Oh, we got some ladies in the chat. Ladies, can I play a song for my ladies?
Let's go, ladies.
Can I play a song for my ladies? Let me see what I got for my ladies. Can I slow it down for the ladies? Ladies only. My fellas, stand down. Let the ladies vibe out. Bedtime Magic. Little bedtime magic with your boy J.F.K. and Kevy Kev, right? You know, it's one of my favorite joints, man. Because all we want to do on this show, we want to pivot. And all my ladies, we just want to see y'all smile. That's it. We want to see you smile. Karen Reed is free. All my ladies in the chat. You know how we do it. Let's go. I need y'all to smile. Little bedtime magic.
I can't remember the last time you looked as happy as you did tonight. Your tipsy friend grabbed that bartender, gave him a phone and pulled us over there with her.
Ladies!
Counted to 3, and baby, I haven't seen a side of you in forever. And I hate it's the truth, but baby, you never do when we're alone together. It
all my ladies
to see you smile. Girl, you know it's been a while.
Yes.
It was good to see you smile, even if it was just for the picture. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but you ain't said one since you woke up. Silly me, thinking we could make it work. Can you blame me for getting my hopes up?
Right?
You know it took me right back to how it used to be. And baby, seeing us like that is still a little bittersweet. But it was good to
ladies, smile. Smile. Let's go.
Girl, you know it's been a while. It was good to see you smile, even if it was just for the picture. Someone were to see this, they'd think everything's alright. At least we got a pretty little moment frozen in time. It was good to see you smile. Girl, you know it's been a while. It was good to see you smile, even if it was just for the picture. Even if it was just for the picture.
I say this a lot, and it sounds really self-aggrandizing. I don't get nervous. I make people nervous. I make decisions because they're the right decisions, and it comes. I say this a lot, and it sounds really self-aggrandizing. I don't get nervous. I make people nervous.
Question mark, an exclamation point. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, an exclamation point with some question marks, question mark with a couple of exclamation points and then some type of emoji. Quotations, it's a smiley face. Question mark, exclamation point. What do you want from me? Question mark, 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 question mark. You're hot. Question mark, an exclamation point. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, an exclamation point with some question marks, question mark with a couple of exclamation points and then some type of emoji. Quotations, it's a smiley face. Question mark, exclamation point. What do you want from me? Question mark, 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 question mark.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
I just want to say, right? I want to talk about something real quick, all my people, since I got your attention. You know, mental health is fragile, right? Now, whether Higgins is a piece of shit, he deserved everything he gets, but you got to watch out. You never know what the next man's going through. Right, Kevin Kev?
That's right, man.
There's a lot of ups and downs in this game, this YouTube game, being an entrepreneur, being a live streamer, being a content creator. There's a lot of ups and downs. You're in control of it. You got to create the content, not be a parrot and copy people's content. You got to create. And it could get you down sometimes because not everybody's going to like what you create. And there's ups and downs. There's bills to pay, kids to feed. You have to be compassionate. But you never know what the next man's going through. This man right here, his name's Chester Bennington. You guys might know him from Lincoln Park. He was smiling with all his kids. Smiling with all his kids, Kevy Kev. Look at his beautiful daughters.
I know. The black hair.
Beautiful kids. And he went out. And he took himself out. Now, recently, too, we had a cat named Young Noble from the Outlaws who just took himself out. He was part of Tupac's crew. He was 46 years old. He was living out here in ATL. Crazy story how that all goes down with the Outlaws, right? Because basically there's only one person living in the Outlaws now. Everybody else is gone. Well, two people. Everybody else is gone. There was 6 members. There's only 2 left. Everybody else is dead. But Chester Bennington had it all, right? He was a one-on-one. And I just played a song called Smile, right? And you never know what's behind someone's smile. You got to really think about the moves you're making, what it's going to do and how it's going to age well. You do things, you think it's a good idea, but it might not be a good idea. It could be a bad idea. But even if it's a bad idea, you got to take it and you say, all right, it was a bad idea. We lived in the moment and you move on. Not a big deal. But some people can't move on, right, Kevy Kev?
Some people can't. Some people can't, man. They get stuck in that web.
And Chester went ahead and he took himself out, man. So I just dropped a song called my song. It's called Tell Me Everything. It's a dedication to Chester Bennington. I'll drop the link. Just wanted to play it for you guys. Check it out. Here's the link. You guys want to support.
Sometimes, yeah. It's easier said than done. Yeah, true words. Yeah. J.F.K, yo. I'm feeling like Chester was all smiles a week ago. Things on my mind, dog. I swear I can't let go. I'm crawling in my skin. I'm just trying to grow. Time's going by fast, but the money is slow. Creative mind so many times blinded by the fame. Industry politics driving you insane. Law and dry so many times we up for the plane. Don't wanna see you fly. Gotta stay mentally trained. Identify yourself, player. What's your name? No daps on the flaps. Hope you react the same. No new friends, sorry, that's just a fact in the game. You see my videos, word, heard I rap with slang. Salute, brother, really appreciate that love. The reason why you heard that dirt, the game is mud. Don't believe what you read, huh? Unless it was blood. But I'm sure you can feel the pain. Stress is enough. Sometimes it's easier said than done, right? Come on.
Who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? It flickers, flickers.
Let's go, yo! If it isn't love, I don't know what it is. You guys like that song? Go check it out on Bandcamp, stream it, tell a friend, support. Let's take it to Orchard Park. Let's go.
I don't love her. I try to tell myself, but you can see it in my eyes. So don't deny, I can't fool no one else.
Ladies, if you know this song, sing it with me. You ready? How's it go? 1, 2, 3.
Why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind?
Yes.
And if it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Make
Why?
me feel so sad inside.
I don't know.
It isn't love.
Fellas, where you at?
I told her I'd never fall in love, but now I know better. How does it feel? I can't describe this feeling that came when I saw her last night. Oh, she got me. I'll let you know the reason. I saw her with another guy.
Let's go.
So if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? And if it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Make me feel so sad inside. And if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? And if it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Make me feel so sad inside. If it is. I say this a lot, and it sounds really self-aggrandizing. I don't get nervous. I make people nervous.
Oh! Kevin from South Boston, you out there in the Cape? Damn! You ran out that door with Crocs with flashlights. God damn.
I took a page out of your favorite book. You sold me lies just by the way you look. Taught me a language that I'll never speak. Baby, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. I dug my grave watching you where you move. You took me higher than I ever flew. Too many times gave you a second chance. Baby, I'm just a man. I'm just a man.
I'm just a man.
Oh, I'm thinking about you.
I say this a lot, and it sounds really self-aggrandizing. I don't get nervous. I make people nervous.
Be faking, so now they get taken.
R.I.P. Guru. Let's go.
MCs, they always act hard, but won't walk the streets without their bodyguard. I ain't faking.
Damn, Higgins.
They always act hard, but won't walk the streets without their bodyguard. MCs are laid out like stiffs in the morgue. Praise the Lord, you're in awe when I'm gripping my mic cord. Rhymes are ripped with swift execution. One verse could coerce your girl to prostitution. The guru is now the brother that you're fearing. Beware when I'm making hits with premiering. Rolling to a spot near you. Lyrics tear through. Boom to your dome. You better watch your rear view. Niggas been held back too long. We're coming up. In the streets we roam alone. So watch me running up. I'm sunning up. A mad posse of warriors. Night crusaders. Able to break down barriers. And bringing faces of death. Putting MCs to rest. Until there's no fake chumps left. Run, step, yeah, bounce, nigga, bounce. My rhymes are cargo when yours is just a quarter ounce. Fake MCs, they always act hard, but won't walk the streets without their bodyguard. I ain't fake MCs, they always act hard, but won't walk the streets without their bodyguard. Fake MCs.
You got them nervous?
I say this a lot, and it sounds really self-aggrandizing.
What do you say?
I don't get nervous. I make people nervous.
God damn, yo, Higgins, can we talk for a minute, brother? Can we talk? Ladies, what up? You're now tuned in with J.F.K.
And Kevy Kev.
I want to know all your names. Put your ones up in the chat right now if you're vibing out with us on this Sunday morning. Yeah, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. Let's go.
Last night I saw you standing, and I started pretending I knew you, and you knew me too.
Carol, what up?
And just like a romance,
time.
too shy.
Little Miss Red Velvet.
You weren't the only cause, so was I.
Ashley.
And I dreamed of you ever since. Now
Jerry.
I build up my
Thanks.
confidence that
Vicky.
next time you come my way,
Y'all know this song? Higgins.
can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name.
What up, Melissa?
Talk for a minute.
Felicia, what up?
I want to know your name. I started to write you letters, but I wanted to be more than
Sing that shit.
I wanted to get down and sweet talk you.
Okay.
But just like a baby, I could not talk. And I tried to come closer, but could not walk. And I think of it every night, how I just could not get it right. Oh, if we ever come close again, I know what I'll say then. Can we talk for a minute? I wanna know your name.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I go by the name of J.F.K.
I go by Kevy Kev.
All my ladies in the chat, I need a roll call right now. Hold on a minute. Let's bring it back. I need all my ladies in the chat, fly ladies. All my fly ladies. All my wonderful ladies. I need to see them ones. Hold on. Bring it back again. Ladies, I need to see them ones. I need to see them ones. Yes. Kevy Kev 781 JFK. Where's my ladies at? How we feeling? Tippy Tip, CC Ice, Becky G.
With all my heart, I love you, baby. Stay with me, and you will see my arms.
Y'all know this?
Hold you, baby. Never leave, 'cause I believe I'm in love. Woo! Sweet love, help me calling out your name. I feel no shame, I'm in love. Sweet love, don't you ever go away. It'll always be this way. Your heart has called closer to you. I will be all that you need. Just trust in what we're feeling. Never leave, 'cause baby, I believe in this love. Sweet love, help me calling out your name. I feel no shame, I'm in love. Sweet love, don't you ever go away. It'll always be this way. There's no stronger love in this world. Oh baby, no, you're my man, I'm your girl. I'll never go. Wait and see. Can't be
That time magic, baby.
wrong. Don't you know this is where you belong? Oh, sweetest dream of lovely, baby. Stay right here. Never fear, I will be all that you need. Never leave, 'cause baby, I believe in this love. Sweet love, help me calling out your name. I feel no shame, I'm in love.
Have me calling out your name. I feel no shame. But you know what they say, right? Let's take it to Jersey. Never say goodbye. Let's take it back to that
Not
classic
about
shit.
to end.
Huh?
Pass my time with strangers, but this
Say what?
bottle's my old friend. Remember when we used to park out for the street out in the dark? Remember when we lost the keys and you lost more than that in my backseat, baby?
God
Remember
damn.
how we used to talk about busting out, we'd break their hearts together forever. Never say goodbye. Never say goodbye. You and me and my old friends, hoping it would never end. Say goodbye. Never say goodbye. Holding on, we've gotta try. Holding on to never say goodbye.
Damn, never say goodbye, but it's like Kevy Kev. They lost that loving family, bro. They lost that loving family. We're now rocking out with J.F.K. Kevy Kev, bedtime magic. Yes.
No tenderness like grief fall in your fingertips. You're trying hard not to show it.
Huh?
But baby, I know it.
Woo!
You lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. You lost that love and feeling. Now it's gone.
How'd it go? Yes. Yes.
There's no welcome look in your eyes when I reach for you.
Girl, you're starting to criticize little things I do. It makes me just feel like crying. 'Cause baby, something beautiful about you.
Yes.
You lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. You lost that love and feeling. Now it's gone, gone, gone. Whoa, whoa. Baby, baby, I'd get down on my knees for you. If you would only love me like
Y'all know this part.
yeah.
How's this shit go? Everybody with me.
We had a love you don't find every day.
Everybody.
Don't let it slip away.
You ready?
Baby, how do you feel? I need your love. I need your love. Yeah, bring it on back. Bring it on back. Bring back that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling.
Hold on a minute. I mean, can I take you to the 80s real quick with the goats? Y'all know this shit? Oh, man. Touch it. Touch my stomach. Come on. Come on, Prince.
You and I engaged in a kiss. The sweat of your body covers me. Can you, my darling, can you picture this? Dream if you can, a courtyard, an ocean of violets in bloom. Animals strike curious poses. They feel the heat between me and you. Just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold. Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream Tender love, I'm waiting for the right moment to come so I can thank you for all the tender love you've given to me.
Y'all know this shit?
Love so tender, holding me close to you. Baby, I surrender. Candles, they light the dark. Now I see how lovely the feelings are. The tender love you've given to me.
Uh-huh.
I want you more and more. Can't resist you more than I feel your touch. Tender love, loving me straight from the heart. Pull me nearer, please let me be a part. The tender love you've given to me. Tender love, love so tender, holding me close to you. Baby, I surrender. Yeah. Surrender, baby. When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind I hear my conscience call, telling me I need a girl who's as sweet as a dove. For the first time in my life, I see I need love. There I was, giggling about the games that I had played with many hearts, and I'm not saying no names. Then the thought occurred, teardrops made my eyes burn, as I said to myself, look what you've done to her. I can feel it inside, I can't explain how it feels. All I know is that I'm never dishing of the raw deal, playing make-believe, pretending that I'm true. Holding in my laugh as I say that I love you, saying I'm more, kissing you on the ear, whispering I love you and I'll always be here. Although I often reminisce, I can't believe that I found a desire for true love floating around inside my soul, because my soul is cold. One half of me deserves to be this way till I'm old, but the other half needs affection and joy, and the warmth that is created by a girl and a boy. I need love. Romance, sheer delight, how sweet. I gotta find me a girl to make my life complete. You can scratch my back, we'll get cozy and huddle. I'll lay down my jacket so you can walk over a puddle. I give you a rose, pull out your chair before we eat. Kiss you on the cheek and say, ooh girl, you're so sweet. It's deja vu whenever I'm with you. I could go on forever telling you what I do, but where you at, you're neither here nor there. I swear I can't find you anywhere. Damn sure ain't in my closet or under my rug. This love search is really making me bug. And if you know who you are, why don't you make yourself seen? Take a chance with my love and you'll find out what I mean. Fantasies can run, but they can't hide. And when I find you, I'ma pour all my love inside. I need love. When I'm alone.
What are we doing here? You know, it's Sunday morning, but you know, we taking it. Where should I take it to? Should I take it Sunday morning, right? You sure it ain't Monday morning?
Shit, it's Sunday morning.
Lonely Monday morning. Informer dip on the other sea. Alright. Alright, yeah, lonely Monday morning. Informer dead for the other scene. Alright. It's me, please tell them I'm not coming and they blow down the door. Bring your cup on, shoot to my window. They're gonna put me in the back of the car at the station. From that point, I'm gonna reach my destination. But the destination reaching at the easy tension. With them, rip down my pants, look on my pants. Man, I can't don't take it to the pressure, man, me can't take the pain. So, come on, me say release the chain. Lonely, lonely, lonely Monday morning. And I didn't have no company. Alright, yeah, lonely, lonely, lonely Monday morning. Informer dead for the other corner. Alright.
Damn, Higgins, you chasing after the car. We just broke it down. Hope you guys
Damn.
like that. We got the phone lines open. Your man J.F.K. was putting in work. I hope the mix was good. I hope you guys had fun on the mix. Now call in. Give us a call. Let us know how you're feeling. How do you feel about the whole situation, the pivot? Doors open. Excuse me, the phone line's open. God damn. It's wild, man, right?
It is.
I was taking them back, man. I played that Tender Love. I fucked them all up with that one.
God damn.
God damn, son. Oh, man. I got some jams in the cut, bro.
Shit.
You were jamming out, kid. You know how we do it. Phone lines open, people. Call in. Say what up to your boys.
What up, people? Call in.
Take a couple phone calls.
On this early Sunday morning.
Early, 2 a.m. E-Pax with the 777 for the jet. Thank you, E-Pax. Appreciate you. You need the tenderoni.
God damn.
Absolutely not.
What?
Absolutely not.
God damn.
Oh, Jesus. Who was that? Barrows?
Yeah. What did Alan Jackson say about Higgins?
I say this a lot, and it sounds really self-aggrandizing. I don't get nervous. I make people nervous.
God damn, he made you nervous, Higgins.
Is that Barrows? Is Barrows around?
Yeah, Barrows is around. You want to talk to him?
Yeah, I was going to ask him. I was going to say, do you think Barrows? Did you think that Higgy could have caught him in the Crocs if they were in 4-wheel drive?
Absolutely not.
God damn. God damn.
Damn, man.
Damn.
Call from Amy.
You're live with JFK and Kevy Kev.
Hi. Hi, it's Amy from Beverly. You guys are amazing.
Oh, nice. I appreciate that. Amy?
I seriously was going to be just listening for a few, and then I'm like, oh, I'll go back to sleep. No. I'm up.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm awake.
You're awake, girl. How you doing? So what
I'm
you want?
I'm up.
What you want to talk about?
You guys are awesome. You doing what I think a lot of us want to see happen. Justice, man. This is, you're not letting it go. And I love that. I love it because this has to happen. I eat, sleep, and breathe this shit because the killers are still out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're absolutely still out there.
Well, they're actually chasing cars in the Cape. How crazy is that? What do you feel about that? So he hit Kate Peters up, right? And Kate Peters is known to be associated with Jen McCabe. Now, if you ever seen the Kate Peters interview that I did, she called in on the phone line one time. She said that Higgins and Jen McCabe don't get along. So do you think now Higgins is in the fold with the McCabe's, with the Alberts again?
I think he's scared. I think he's running scared. I think he's trying to get back in because he's clearly on the outs. Like they did that big interview. He wasn't there. He was the only one missing.
Yeah.
He was the only one out. I think he's trying to slowly, he's like a worm. He's trying to crawl his way back in. But I think he knows he's on the outs. I don't know. I think that you guys are definitely lighting a fire under his ass. And I love that.
Right.
I love it.
Right.
It's phenomenal. So
couldn't do it without y'all though. You know what I'm saying? You guys populate the chat. You guys make it fun, and we try to. It's the pivot, And another word for pivot is making changes and sticking to, and making things better. I want to see her exonerated. Not guilty is not good enough for me, and I want to see John get justice. I want to see them go down.
No, it's good. Yeah, and this is, I don't know about where everybody else is from, but I'm here in Beverly. You're making it better for me because we just lost, one of our mainstays, Gloria. Gloria's gone. I don't know where on the North Shore you're from, but Gloria was like a prominent place here for us, local, and he's gone. And Scott's gone. He just closed his doors on Thursday. So,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Local Italian place. He was phenomenal. Now he's gone, and so it's really, this is he giving me something to be happy about. It's nice.
Well, I appreciate them words, man. It's awesome. I really do appreciate them words.
Huge. Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say in close? You want to say anything to the chat?
I want to say that everybody here kicks ass. You guys all kick everybody, all of them. I love everybody that comes here. I love everybody in the chat, and I think you're all great.
I appreciate you.
And the music's amazing. The music's awesome. And by the way, I listen to all your stuff. I listen to all your music, and
you're awesome.
It's awesome. Your music's awesome. All your stuff's great. I love old school R&B, hip hop. You touch on part of my soul that needs to be, touched once in a while. Good stuff.
You're damn right, girl. I appreciate the call. Call back anytime. All right.
All right. Take care. Have a good
night.
Peace and love.
Yep.
Beautiful phone call. Beautiful phone call. Beautiful phone call. Beverly, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Turtle Boy saw Higgins yesterday at his house. I guess he was looking good. Dropped some pounds. Maybe he could pass for Kevin now. He chased Turtle Boy down the road. That's right, Lady Libra.
Call from Felicia from Las Vegas.
Felicia, you're live with J.F.K. and Kevy Kev.
Hey, finally.
Yeah,
I had to, everybody must be trying to get through.
Yeah, we got a couple calls coming through. What's up, girl? What you want to talk about?
Oh, not much. Just ate dinner. You guys have Raising Cane's out there?
Yeah, in Georgia we do, yeah. I think you got them in
Oh,
Boston
okay.
too, right?
Yep.
Huh?
They got them in Beantown now too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, Atlanta's the farthest I've been. So, but I want to come to Boston.
Oh, come to Boston. You got to take that 5-hour flight.
Higgins. So he's in hiding, huh?
Yep.
Higgins hiding. Heidi Higgins.
Yeah, absolutely. Higgins is hiding. Crazy guy he is. He's probably.
Oh my goodness.
He's probably drinking right now.
Think that?
Go ahead.
You guys think the feds are still investigating this case, or is it closed, or J.F.K. will never get justice? It's just a wrap.
No, I think we got a job to do, right? And so we're still working on. I think the feds are still involved. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, they're just always 10 steps ahead of everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are.
Even the attorneys, everybody, they're just 10 steps ahead. And why do you think? I know other people want to call in, so I won't take up your time. But why do you think that if Higgins was the one to, I don't believe that he did it on purpose. It was an accident, that it was just a fight and it was an accident.
Right.
But if that was the case, then why do you think that McAlbert covered for Higgy?
Why do we think the Mick Albert's covered for Higgy? You saying?
Yeah, if it was solely Higgins, then why are the Mick Alberts covering for him?
We don't think it solely was him. We think it was Big Bad Brian
Okay.
too.
Big Bad Friday.
Oh,
Okay.
Big Bad,
Yeah.
100%.
Because he had a history of Eddie Hernandez.
Mm-hmm.
He had a history of like getting too drunk and going overboard and just
stupid shit.
that some people when they drink they could be like the quietest person, and when they get that liquid courage, then they start talking all the time, and then they're a whole different person. So, and then it goes for others who have way too much to drink, and then think that that they just start fighting everybody.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think happened?
Violent.
What do you think happened?
I think that Jen McCabe knew that because on the stand, Jen McCabe was saying things like when Alan asked her about her relationship with J.K. and with Karen, she said, "I love J.K. I love John."
Mm-hmm.
And I liked Karen, but it was kind of like, man, I think that she's just a bored housewife, the town gossip, messy. She's messy. And I think that she had a crush on John and didn't really care for Karen. And I think that night she might have been putting things in, because Brian said she's like my little sister,
Right.
And I think that she kind of was making these guys mad, and they just had a fight.
Do something about
with John, like, hey, leave my little sister alone. Hey, Karen's mine. Oh, you flirting with all these women in the town. Because then there's Bella's mom, and then there's a lot of John, I heard, was a ladies' man.
Yeah.
And I think Jen, just a bored housewife, just was flirting with John and kind of liked it. But when Karen came around, it was like, no, he's in this committed relationship. She's living over there and gossiping with her sisters. Just messy.
No, you're right. I mean,
to these guys that are drunk, and he went over there because, they lured him to his death, basically.
Oh, yeah.
You come in here, they lured him to his death. And I don't think it was on purpose, but even Dr. La Posada on the stand said that, and this is the thing, when you listen back to that 911 call, because there's a couple of them, Dr. La Posada said that John was hit with so much force that, when he was standing, he just went backwards, and it was up and then down. He got punched, and he hit his head. So he would have went straight back. He would have been face up. Mm-hmm. Why, when Jen called 911, did she say, it was one of those 911 calls. I think there was a total of 3. But one of the calls, she said, oh, he's face down, but they're turning him over right now. Why would he be face down if he went straight back?
Right.
So they moved him out there?
Yeah, I mean, they moved him from wherever he was. What do you mean? Did they flip him over like right then and there? You're saying?
Right. Yeah. It play. I don't know if you can tonight, but on one of
I heard the night. I know.
I was listening.
Yeah, I heard
it. She said they're flipping him over right now.
Yeah, I think, but I think Kerry testified he was on his back, and so did Karen. I don't think he was on his face. They testified he was on his face. I don't know why she said that, but I don't think Kerry testified he was face down, or Karen testified he was face down. She said he was on his back, and there was snow on him, and she picked the glass out of his face and all that.
Out of his nose. Yeah. Yeah. See, it just all doesn't make any sense. And then like the foreman, he even said, you know, if that were me, they would have been all in my house. I think anybody that wasn't a Boston cop, anybody, if you drove by Fairview, is that lawn big? Like, is it a big lawn? Because from the video on my end, it looks like okay, it's pretty big, but
it's small.
Big Bad Bride A, he would have known, man. He knows what them sirens sound like.
Absolutely.
You know, he's been in the business for 30 years. Give me a break. You know, you wouldn't even put your damn. I mean, even like Yannetti said, you could have even made coffee for the cops. You could have even you didn't even do that. You didn't do nothing.
Yeah, Yannetti said that. He said he didn't use his house for the cops to like chill in and hang out in, and none of that stuff.
Yeah,
When that shit was going
nothing.
down.
Use the bathroom. They was out there all day. Nothing.
That's a great point.
So,
yeah, I seen
it's
that.
good talking to you guys. I know you guys have other people waiting. And
Hey, Felicia, thank you. You call back. Yeah, call back anytime. Yap next time. All right.
I will.
All right, girl, Felicia. I appreciate your time.
Love ya.
All right, peace
Bye-bye.
and love. Great phone call. Felicia from Vegas. Man, she's all into it, and that's a great thing. People are still into it. People want to see them go down. It's not over. The saga continues.
I wanted to touch base on, like, there was a question. She was wondering whether or not the feds would, are still investigating or looking into it. And, I would hope so. I mean, I wouldn't want to think that, I don't know how to say it. Like, I wouldn't want to think that the federal government or the FBI would be too busy to leave a Boston cop's murder unsolved. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's that leave the justice?
Mike.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that.
No. Take the call.
What's up? You're live
Hello?
with Kevy Kev and J.F.K.
Hey, what's going on, Jay, man? Mike, man, long time no talk.
Damn, Mike, what's happening, man? Long time, bro.
I know, man. It's been a minute, man.
Absolutely, bro. What's happening, man? Now it's under different circumstances. Karen's free.
I know, right? That's crazy how it came to be, huh?
Oh yeah, she's free.
What do you make about what Jackson said tonight about he's not done?
I mean, I just think that he's about to go on a serious like media run. He's about to he got to promote. He got some money on that. He just signed that contract with them people. And he signed with Leonardo DiCaprio's company, so they're gonna try to do it big.
Right.
So when you do it big, you got to go out and you got to promote. You got to do books, this, that, shake hands, go on different podcasts, different lanes, open it up, and so like he's got an idea. And I'm sure this is basically what he's gonna do: pivot towards, look at the real killers. So that's what I think.
I don't know. I kind of took it a different way though, because he said
like what?
The Commonwealth's playing checkers. He said the Commonwealth's playing checkers. We're playing chess. So I don't know if behind the scenes what he's really doing. If there's something on the criminal side or the civil side or what else that he has in his back pocket that we don't know yet.
But like what? What could he do? Like as far as like what you mean? Like criminal wise?
I don't know. I'm not too sure. I mean, who knows if he's still talking to you know, someone from the DOJ or, you know, I mean, I know that
I don't think
that
he would.
Barlow case
I
is
don't
about
think
to
he
go
would.
on.
Yeah, I don't think he would have leaked that though. If that was going on, I don't think I hear what you're saying, but I don't think he would have said that. Like if he was talking
Right.
to the DOJ, I don't think he would even meant like, you know what I mean? If that's what he meant, I don't know if he would like even mention that. I think it's more and less like you know, I could be wrong, you could be right. So let's be clear. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, right? But what I think is, I think he's about to go on a serious media run. And like, you know, public perception is crazy. You know, you seen what he did tonight on Turtle Boy. He had 50,000 people watching. Just imagine when he goes on a
Right.
bigger platform, you know, with
Yeah,
Karen.
and he kept a lot of shit out too.
Yeah, with Karen next to him, you know.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, I don't know. He made it sound like there was something else to it, but you know, I could be wrong. But
No, I'm
no,
not.
I guess we'll wait and see. But
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not. I don't want you to think I'm saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't know. Like based on how tight-lipped they've been, the lawyers and everything. Every time you ask them a
Right.
question about the case, they're like, "We can't talk about it." It's like, well, what the fuck are you even on the
Right.
podcast for? You know what I'm saying? Like they talk about the case,
Yeah.
but it's like every time you ask them about something, they can't talk about it. I don't even get that.
Right. I mean, he came on tonight and he really didn't. I thought he was going to say much about behind the scenes or give something, and he really said a lot of things without really saying anything.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it.
He kept a lot of shit out.
You know, that's how I look at it. You know, I kind of said, other than him saying that, you know, I could be involved down the road, and you know, we sat back. They're playing, you know, checkers. I'm playing chess. Other than that, I mean, he really
why do
didn't.
you think? Why do you think, Mike? So to put people in perspective of Mike, Mike's been in this case, man. He's been rocking out with me for a while. We lost contact for the last couple of months, but now he's back. So, Mike, let me ask you, why do you think that Alan Jackson did that interview tonight with Turtle Boy?
I don't know, man. Maybe he felt like my only opinion is I felt maybe he owed him something. I mean, you see Turtle Boy the past, you know, couple of weeks. I mean, I'm only speculating. I don't know. I'm just looking at it like I think Turtle Boy maybe he felt a certain type of way. I don't know, because it feels like after what was said and done, you know, Jackson and all. I mean, Yannetti and Alessi, they kind of did podcasts, and everybody else was getting called, and he was kind of left out in the dark. And I know it kind of maybe, you know, seemed like, you know, he really wasn't getting any love, and maybe Jackson said, hey, you know, if it wasn't for him, you know, we wouldn't be where we're at. So, you know, let me give him the credit that he deserves. But I'm not sure. I mean, I assumed it was going to happen either way, you know, whether it was 2 weeks or 2 months, you know.
So do you think that when he goes on these bigger platforms, CNN and these bigger podcasts and these bigger shows, do you think he's going to invite Aiden up with him?
I don't know, man. It's hard to say because Aiden still has like, you know, a little check mark over his head with all the cases under his belt. So that's kind of deterring a lot of people because, you know, as of right now, you know, he's dealing with what he has to deal with. I think it would be different if he beat everything the way Karen did, then it would be like a whole bigger story. But as of right
Do
now,
you think if he, let me ask you this,
tough.
if he beats everything, do you still think if say he beats everything this next month he goes to trial, right? Well, this month he goes to trial. I assume trial is going to be going on this month sometime or sometime next month. If he beats everything, do you think when he goes on major platform, the team of them, like that? I'm just trying to put perspective on what he said, like what you said earlier, like he, watch and see. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he said, right? You know, wait and see, wait on us again, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I feel
Right,
like him and
right.
Karen, they're gonna like get together. They signed the deal together, you know. So it's like I feel like they're gonna get together. So when that happens, do you think Aiden's gonna be a part of the team? Like, as far as like when these bigger platforms, do you think he's gonna be involved in that? Like, if he beats all
I
his
think
cases?
so. I mean, I think, I mean, how can you not? I mean, that's big money right there. I mean, like I said, this is not the end of this. This is going to be something real big, you know.
Right.
So I don't. I mean, how can you tell? How can you give one side without the other? You know, it's almost like a Kobe and Shaq type thing, like back in the Lakers. Like you really can't, you know, separate the two.
Well, I'm just trying to understand what's like. What is like you said? Like I'm just trying to understand what did he mean by like when he said, wait and see. Don't we got something coming? Like, what does that mean? Like, does he bring the whole band
See, I
back
don't know.
together?
I
Does he
didn't
bring
take
the whole
it.
band back together? Like,
Yeah.
like, hey, this is the team. We're all together, or is it gonna just be Is it gonna be like this solo thing with him and Karen? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Does that make any
Right.
sense?
I know what you're saying, like on that side, like the money making, the movies, the books, whatever. But like I said, I didn't take it that way. Maybe I'm wrong. I took it like down the road, he's gonna have some involvement in some sort of recourse, whatever that may be. That's how I took it. Like I said, I could be wrong. I don't know, but that's
So why
how I
not
kind
start it?
because
Why not start it on the channel tonight? Like, why are they holding back? Like, just say it. Like, why can't they say it? Is there a reason why they can't say it? I mean, is there a reason why saying I think Higgins did it? Like, why can't they just say I think fucking Higgins did it? Like, what? Why can't they say that? I don't understand.
I don't know. Same reason between Trial 1 and 2. There were certain things that came out and certain things they didn't. I mean, look at ARCA and some of the information they were able to disclose. They didn't work for the feds anymore, so they were able to give more. I don't know. I can only speculate. I mean, I assume one day, one way or the other, maybe some we will, some we won't. But I don't know. I just think it's something bigger than them doing. Because I feel like if that's what it was, they were doing some movie and book deal. I don't think that's a big deal to say, hey, we're getting something in the works and we're looking down this road. So, I mean,
No, I don't
know.
think it's the movie and the book. I think it's the media run. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to say it now on that platform. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I felt like he was saying, like, yo, I'm going to speak on shit, but I'm not going to say it here. I want to say it when it's bigger.
Right.
And
Yeah,
that's kind of like
I don't think
that's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like, well, why not say it there?
Right.
That's why I'm asking, do you think Aiden's going to be involved on the bigger platforms? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if they bring him on the bigger platforms, then it makes sense, right? Because we all getting the exposure. But if it's only going to be him and Karen, and Aiden's not going to be on the bigger platforms, then it's kind of like, well, damn, you should have just said what you needed to say on my platform. Because, like you said, what are they going to clip? Like, what are they going to clip for his shit tonight? Like, what are you gonna like? What did he really say? You know what I mean? Like that we didn't already know.
Nothing really. Yeah, nothing really. I mean, I don't know. I think that's a double-edged sword, though, because look at her when she did the media. I think most of the media sources kind of portrayed her in a negative light, and a lot of the mainstream, news people. I mean, they still refer to Aiden as a blogger and all this. So I mean, I think if they take it on that stage, I mean, how are they gonna portray it? Are they gonna tell it like it is? Or are they gonna try to undercut them or throw shade at them? I don't know. So I mean, I feel like if Aiden's on there, I don't know if mainstream's the right way to go. So I don't know if they're gonna give him a fair shake. But like I said, they're gonna sit there and throw jabs. Oh yeah, well Karen, she got the OUI, and this guy, he's rather than because the media hasn't been favorable to him, overall.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm just looking at the chat. Chat, I'm just asking questions, chat. That's all. I'm just saying at the end of the day, like, okay, they're waiting for the big boom, the bigger, they're lining up this big media tour. It's like anything. It's like when you drop a movie or you drop something, it's like they're lining it up. And I'm sure they got it all lined up and he's making the time and making the space for it instead of jumping on StreamYard. Someone just put, he doesn't want to drop everything on YouTube. Well, my question is, like, why not at that point? Like, you know what I mean? If you're going to do Aiden's show, that is Aiden's show. He is a YouTube show. No matter how you look at it, it started from YouTube. So why all of a sudden, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to give it to some other place. But, hey, that's just me nitpicking and just saying what I'm saying. Like, I understand the game. I understand the way it works. But at the end of the day, like, because, something tonight he said, did you get the part when he said something about the 1231 shit, when he said he moved and this and that and all that? Did you get that part when he was talking about that?
Yeah.
Like that was kind of weird. No?
Yeah, because I feel like that was kind of like contradictory, right?
Yeah, like, did you catch that?
Yeah, because I thought in trial they all had changed that to 1232.
I just remember him saying that we know John moved 110% after that, but they were saying that did. And then Aiden kind of corrected him. And what's that? Hold on a second.
And he answered a text that was to Jen McCabe.
Yeah, but that text didn't. That text came through at 12:29. That was a 12:29 text. But he said so. Maybe he was just like, I don't know how he could mess up the times. I mean, that dude knows every time there is. You know what I mean? Like that shit's in his.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
in his
he's an
blood.
expert. Yeah, he's an expert on the case.
But it's
yeah.
kind of like
So let me ask him.
Good.
No, go ahead.
No, it just like what happened, like because it's just crazy because the question I would have asked him was like, wait a minute, so last trial you said from 1224 to 1227 he went down these flights of stairs. Like what happened to that? That never happened?
Right.
Like that never happened anymore. Like I don't understand what happened. And then he started talking about the backup event, and he was like, the way he talked about it, he was like, well, that could have happened when she banged the U-turn, or that could have happened when she was driving home. Well, did that happen? Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Right.
So when she was driving home, she backed up somewhere? Is that something new we're gonna hear? Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
Like how he said,
I feel like he knows that.
Right. I mean, it definitely happened. It's just a matter. It's just a matter of when. It's just a matter of when. But like you said, this guy's the master of his case. He knows every little detail. So I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, let me ask you this. Let me ask you and Kev this because he said this a bunch of times tonight, and I just don't believe it. Like when he was talking about Karen, how like Karen never went rogue, and everything she said was like, with like a purpose, and the way she spoke and the way she said that. I didn't believe any of that. I didn't. I thought that was all bullshit. I didn't believe any of it.
I mean, Mike, me and you kind of got the same mindset. That's back to that Hollywood shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was planned and this and that. Like I said, I think it's part of this tour he's going on. Like that's going to be part of Like that's going to be because that question is going to come up every time. Like, oh, so what? How do you feel about people who said in the documentary you were this? Oh, we did that on purpose because it was actually we just wanted them to concentrate on that so we can hit them with this. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's not what happened. That didn't happen. They were scared to death about them sound bites.
Yeah, 100%.
You know it, and I know it, Doug. He was like, "Nah, I wasn't scared." Yeah, all right, dude. Yeah.
He was sweating, and I mean, think about it. Those sound bites are what inevitably gave her that OUI. That's what they said. Oh, are these evidence? And that's what the foreman said. Oh yeah, based off of her and what she said, because. I mean, when you really look at
that's
it,
why
I mean,
they put the OUI. That's why they put the OUI in there. The defense put the OUI in. They did that on purpose because they knew them sound bites was her. Basically, every one they were playing, they knew the ones they were going to play. They said, "All right, listen, we got to put the OUI in there because if we don't, they could trip you up on the manslaughter with the OUI."
But
exactly.
So they had to do that.
Yep, exactly.
Go ahead, Kev.
He also, Alan Jackson followed up with. It was a way for her to testify without him putting her on the stand.
Yeah, I get that, but that was never like what Mikey's saying is if she ever went rogue, I think on some of the ones she did, it was more planned. But on the last one, that documentary she did, the way they edited that, they can't be happy with that.
No.
You know what I mean? That last one on Max, they did her dirty. They didn't have to edit that shit like that. They could have kept half that shit out. You know what I'm saying? They did that on purpose because they dropped that April right when the trial started, and they dropped it on purpose and put her in a light that she didn't care. And there was no context to it when they played the sound bites. And then he said that they put context to it. I mean, they never really put context to it, the completeness, because at the end of the day, all they had to say, that would have opened up the door. I mean, obviously they knew there was another trial because they said it so many times, they slipped it out. But at that point, the completeness of it would be she was in the middle of a trial when she did that documentary. So she came off rigid because she was going to court every day fighting for her life. That's the completeness to it.
Right.
Yeah. I see that.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Like I said, I still think there's a lot more to this that we're gonna see how it plays out. But I don't think we're gonna see the last of this. I'm not too worried about that civil case, that civil trial. I think it's gonna be, it's probably gonna be settled. Either way, she's not gonna have to pay anything. She's represented by the insurance company, so.
Yeah, exactly. I heard through the grapevine of some lawyers too that the insurance company probably will jump out there and hit them with a settlement that they probably can't refuse.
Yeah, either that or there's a lot of options. But for her to take the stand and all this, I mean, that's never going to happen. And and she's not going to have to pay a penny. So, there's still some, trolls that are, they're still hanging their hat on the civil trial, and it's not like a Johnny Depp type thing. It's, the insurance companies are going to handle it.
Exactly. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you
Yeah.
one question in closing. What do you feel about Turtle Boy getting chased down by Higgins?
I want to know the backstory. Said I was definitely him in the passenger seat, right?
100%.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to know. I only seen just the interview tonight with Jackson on his show. Did he talk about that at all?
Yeah,
the
he
rest of the
talked.
show?
Yeah, he talked about it tonight. Yeah, and he talked about it on the Glare last night when it happened.
Oh, really? Could you give me a quick fill-in? I didn't see it.
Well, basically, he just drove down the street and shit went down. He drove down the street and Higgins was on the porch.
So he said yes. He was rolled down his window and said whatever he said to him.
Yeah, so Higgins was on the lawn and he drove down the street. It's a cul-de-sac, so he had to bang a U-turn and Higgins ran up on him. Started chasing the car down or whatever.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, to me, that's a bitch move by Higgins, man, especially for whoever he sent that video out to send to KP. She's gonna post some weirdo shit and try to send it to Cosgrove there to try to get him jammed up. So I don't know. I mean, that's all fun and games, but at the end of the day, for him, I mean, they've done it for him, so they're gonna try to turn this into something.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's the scary part about it, man. Like, I don't know why, like, he was down the Cape. I mean, you're from out, Boston. You're down the Cape. You're with your girl. Kevin Kev said it best. It's like you're down there chilling. Why even go by there?
Exactly, man. I would have just, mind my business, kept going, especially where, man, like if he drives by and he just farts the wrong way, man, they gotta try to get him, So I don't know. I mean, we're gonna wait and see, but they're gonna make some of this, and who knows if they're gonna try to hit him with some more charges or whatever. But I mean, for Higgins, that's just a punk move, It's really interesting though to see how who he sent that video of, how it became public that fast.
Yeah. Well, because he's
exactly.
He's desperate, I guess. I mean, obviously, that's what that is, right? That's desperate shit. Like, come on. Like, why do you even want to do that? Like, you was out of sight, out of mind. You should have just stayed out of sight, out of mind. Now you got a new soundbite. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Right. Yeah. I mean, what is he gonna do? Say, oh yeah, I'm scared of Turtle Boy too,
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I'm thinking, like you said, he could play himself in two ways, because one, he might not want that shit to go to the court system because he doesn't want to be involved in the court, right? Because he knows, like they're looking at him regardless. Regardless if he thinks he's beating the system, he knows everybody's side-eyeing him right now. So I don't think he wants to be in court being a witness. Yeah, he drove by my house. But yet Kate Peters, like you said, she's going to send it to the people, and they're going to look at it, and they could turn around and just, you know what I mean, make something out of it and throw him in it.
Yeah. Well, look at, what was it, like 2 or 3 weeks ago? Look at that crowd of people across from DNA there with signs. What they get charged with?
I don't know. Probably some bullshit.
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah. That was like 3 weeks ago. So I don't know, man. You better just, like I said, that's the game, and that's the direction you're going in. So, I mean, unfortunately, until this thing wraps up, I mean, that's what they're gonna do. They got these people in their back pocket, so they're gonna keep using the system. I mean, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. I don't see, at best, they'll hit Turtle Boy with another charge. I mean, hoping that. I mean, they fucked up because, I mean, the kid's not gonna play out. He's gonna keep fighting them every which way. So, I mean, I don't ever see Higgins or Brian Albert going to his trial and testifying. I really don't. I just think they just want to be just done with the situation,
Right.
So we'll have to find out. When you making your way back up to Boston again?
Probably the end of this month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha, man. You and James doing something again, or?
We're gonna try to figure something out. We're gonna try to put something together in the next week or so. See what's happening.
Yeah, I'll be back for like 6 weeks in end of August. So.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah, make my way back up there, man.
Absolutely, my brother.
Hey, does that dude still call the podcast, man? The kid who you know, he thought Karen Reed was guilty. He used to always call.
Yeah, he's still.
Is he still calling?
Yeah, he's still calling. He's
That's
still
crazy,
calling.
man.
He's calling, but he doesn't know what to say. You know, he's just saying that they got it
Yeah.
wrong and blah blah blah, all that bullshit. You know,
They can't give it up, man. Jesus, it's crazy.
they can't give it up, man. They can't. But listen, Mikey,
Yeah,
man, I'm gonna
man.
wrap this up, man. You call back anytime, my brother.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it was good catching up with you, man. Hey, Kev, man, take it easy, brother.
You good, my man?
Take it easy, bro.
All right,
Peace
later.
and love. Mikey, ladies and gentlemen. Great phone call. Great phone call.
You know, I wanted to chime in on something with that phone call too, because
Go ahead.
At the end there, when we're talking about the cul-de-sac and, you know, you're out there on vacay and, you know, you're doing your own thing with your lady and shit. Now, do you think that Turtle Boy needed to break that silence of him being out down there and getting recorded with his girl and the girl's car getting exposed before? You think that, you know, I mean, or do you think if he never seen nothing on X or Twitter or whatever, you know, and this video getting passed on, you think this would have been just quiet? You know what I'm saying?
So what are you saying? You're saying that he said it first and then they went ahead and did it?
No, like his shit got thrown out there and got exposed. Somebody in a passenger seat, Higgins running down the driveway yelling, "Fucking get the fuck
But
out!"
why didn't he have that on film though? I mean, like, what the
Well, that's the thing. Turtle Boy, you know, he always brings fucking facts, but this time around, he got called out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I you know, maybe that's why this went this way. You know, I mean, for him to speak on it so quick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, you know, his girl there, she don't want to get, you know, wrapped up in anything, and now her shit's exposed and her plate's exposed. You know, I mean,
I don't know. I don't know what the whole point was going by there. I really don't. I get like what we got out of it. We got a Higgins soundbite. We got notification, or excuse me if that's the right word. We got notified. What's the word I'm looking for? We all know he's there. We all know he's in the Cape. He's, you know what I mean? So we know his whereabouts. So that's cool. But like, what did it do for, you know, what did it do for the culture of this? Like, you know what I mean? Like the curate it, like, you know, we're on the pivot right now. Everything we got to do now is got to be curated. It's got to be the right move. Everything's got to be the right mixture. We can't be driving by people's houses. You know what I mean? Like if I seen Higgins right now, I wouldn't run up to him, put a camera in his face. Yo, Higgins, da, 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 da. I would do it in a different way.
But
you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
But
And that's how it should be. And I think just to add to what you're saying, I'm sorry, Kev, is like you said, I think like when you're in a position that he is in, like as far as being on bail and being in the light that he's in, like he's chilling. Like he's chilling. Like he's killing it right now. He beat the free. He walked out the courthouse. Yay. What's the sense of even going by there? You won. You know what I mean? You beat him. And now he got the one up on you. Again, now they got the one up on you again as far as you're in limbo. You could sit there and say, well, he's technically not a witness and technically I didn't do anything and nothing happened. But still, you know, in the back of your mind, the way these people work, it's got to be shaking you up a little bit. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. It does. But it just blows my mind to see what I mean by this is like it just blows my mind to think that Turtle Boy, he's that's not how he rolls. He would have been like, you know, he would have had his phone. He would have been looking at himself saying, well, we're going to drive by Higgins' house. You know, they would have been documented for a show or for something. Did you follow me? Right. This was like a fucking ghost run. You know what I'm saying? ghost ride down his fucking street.
Exactly. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's the perfect way to describe it. They just went by there to go look at his house, and they had no idea that it was going to turn into content.
Exactly.
the best content. Well, you got to be on point. You got to be ready to pull that camera out anytime you are. Anytime you get the chance, you got to be ready to pull it out. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with the recorder. Like back in the day, and the journalists, they had the recorders in their back pocket. Oh, you want to be recorded? Like, you got to be ready to do it, because that content of him chasing the fucking car would have been gold, bro.
Joe,
like, goddamn, like
with the little headlights, lit up on his shoes. The fucking ATF and shit, maybe
question mark, an exclamation point, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, an exclamation point with some question marks, question mark with a couple of exclamation points, and then some type of emoji, quotations, it's a smiley face, question mark.
God damn, Higgins. You wrong. Can Higgins fight Barrows? I gotta ask Barrows something. Barrows, is that you? What's up, bro? I haven't seen you for a while, man. Let me ask you a question, Barrows. Can Higgins fight?
Absolutely not.
Should you be scared of Higgins if he starts chasing your car? If he starts chasing you, saying get the fuck out, should you get scared?
Absolutely not.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
And what a day on the 4th of July for Higgins to hand that fucking M80 over with the short fuse.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking what's her name, huh?
Right. It's the perfect parallel, like you said, and that's like the perfect parallel. Like, he gave her the bomb, right? He gave her the explosion.
Gave her the fucking bomb, bro.
And but that says way more. It says way more than what happened, because it's like, wait a minute, K. Peters, you work with the cops. You're totally against Turtle Boy. He went all the way to the extent of giving something to her to ruin him, but yet you're so out of your mind, you didn't put into perspective that you're going to look stupid because the person, you're an ATF agent, have a level of respect on what you're about. If you didn't do anything, Higgins, see, that's back to what we got to say. You chased, let's do the segment one more time. Let me pull that shit up. Right. Let's go to the segment.
Yo,
Let me
you
play
wrong.
that segment, right?
You wrong.
I'll be like, yo, what time is J.F.K. on? We're listening together.
It's on right now.
You know how
2
crazy
a.m.
it is, bro?
3 a.m. almost.
This guy is the person that everyone likes for the murder of John O'Keefe, right?
Yes. Drive by the house. I gotta confess, not the first time I've been in Higgins' house. Right, I was down here a couple of months ago trying to throw my goddamn phone in a dumpster, if you recall. I did a whole thing on it, and they didn't let me on the Air Force Base. So we go to his house, and I'm in the goddamn passenger seat, and the house is on the right-hand side. So the driver's really closer than the fucking passenger. And we drive by, and holy fucking shit, decorated dude in the front yard. Like, of all the times we go by, Higgy's on the front lawn. I'm like, I was not expecting this.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Damn.
Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, an exclamation point with some question marks, question mark with a couple of exclamation points, and then some type of emoji.
And I'm like driving by, and I'm like, holy shit, he's right there. And then we're like, he didn't see, like, no way he saw me. So we go around the cul-de-sac at the end of the street, and we turn around, and we go by. And at this point, he has moved forward towards the front of the street. He's got his fucking phone out, and he's like, and that's what, and we heard him yell, "Get the fuck out of here!" He yells at us. He yells at us, "Get the fuck out of here!" And then he starts chasing after us. He stopped at the end of there. He gets in the street and he runs after us. Decorated dude. We got this decorated dude running after us.
You wrong. You wrong. You wrong.
See, here's the thing. First off the bat, what you didn't put into perspective, Higgins, right? That you did it on the 4th of July. You're a decorated dude, right? It was a cul-de-sac, right? So Turtle Boy should have known when you drove past him. Like you said, it was a ghost run, right?
Bro, ghost run, bro.
So you drove past him. You probably get down to the end of the street and realize there's nowhere to go. So you got to go back by him. So then you're nerve wracking because now you got to go by him. He got the one up on you. He could come out with a brick. He could come out with a bat. He could jump right in front of the car. So that's the reason why I don't think the phone got pulled out, because he was trying to be discreet as possible. When he went by him, he probably was thinking, did he see us? Did he see us? And as he's coming down the street, Higgins is outside like, motherfucker, rah! Chasing him down. So at that point, he didn't know what to do, right? You know what I mean? It happened so fast. Sometimes that's the way it goes. But common sense would dictate when you see a cul-de-sac and you got to go back by him, that's when he should have got the phone ready, just in case he pulled a stunt.
Yeah, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, Higgins was that little Shih Tzu on a fucking long leash, and he didn't run. He knew he lived on a cul-de-sac. Why didn't he step out when he drove by the first time and been in the middle of the street like, what's up, motherfucker? But instead, he waited for him to drive back by, and he's going to run after him until his fucking cord gets caught? You know what I'm saying? His leash tightens up.
Right.
So,
well, he should have stood in the street. Like you said, when he went by the first time, he should have ran out and went right to the middle of the street.
Like, where are you going now?
Where are you going now? Exactly. Yeah, that's what he should have did. So you did that, Higgins. You didn't go out. You didn't block. You could have pulled your car out there. You had the chance to back your shit up and put your car right there.
Higgins, when Turtle Boy went by the first time, you ran to your chain tightened up, and you were like, and then when Turtle Boy came back up, you let him drive by you, and you're like,
God damn, Higgins! God damn! God damn. So Higgins, not only did you go out like a Shih Tzu, pissing on your paws, you got to kennel the fuck up. Got scared to death. You see them drive by you. You could have went right outside, stopped them, and be like, yo, bro, what the fuck you doing in front of my house, man? Get out the car, bro. You could have, whatever you wanted to do, you wanted to shoot the fade, you had the chance, bro. But instead, he got by you. Then you started chasing his car. Because at that point, he probably read the room, though. Probably realized they didn't want any smoke. And he was like, oh, now I'm going to man up and be a tough guy. That's what usually happens, right?
Yeah, he was trying to show off in front of his girl.
In front of something. But so, not only did you do that, right? The level of respect that you didn't do as far as, like, you gave it to Kate Peters. Like, this lady's on probation. This lady's no good. Like this, what are you doing, my man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you put it out there on the internet, like, you played yourself. You know what I mean? You're putting yourself in the spotlight. Everybody's seeing you now. Everybody's hearing the soundbite, and we're breaking it down. You had a chance to fuck the camera and the little get the fuck out of here shit. You had a chance to do whatever you needed to do, whatever you was feeling like.
Yep.
You had a chance to really make an impact, but you didn't do it. And on top of that, here's the question. You would have 100% stood out in the middle of the street. And you would have stood out there with a pistol right in his fucking face if you didn't do anything. If you didn't do anything, Higgins, there's no fucking way. There is no way that you wouldn't have went out there when he went by you on the cul-de-sac. You wouldn't have walked outside, pulled out your Glock, and stood right there with that shit right in their face. Where you going? Where you going?
All flashing his badge and shit.
Of course. If you didn't do anything, you would feel so insulted that you would have to fucking make an impact, make an example. If you didn't kill John O'Keefe and you had nothing to do with this, and a turtle was driving by your house, some dude saying you're caught up on a body, ruining your whole livelihood, there's no fucking way you wouldn't have made an example out of that dude. Because you got nothing to lose. You didn't do shit. There's no way. What you showed by fucking with Kate Peters, going to the internet, going out like a chump, is that you showed once again a consciousness of guilt. A new soundbite. Get the fuck out of here. It's Kevin from South Boston. If you didn't do anything, show your face.
Yeah. It's fucking
And
shit.
then you did it on the 4th of July. And then the very next day, Turtle Boy had a show, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning into the JFK show, thank you for the replay. If you're here on a premiere, thank you. Stick around. We have great content. Subscribe today or check out a Super Thanks. And what did you do? What did you do? You gave it to Kate Peters and you dumbed this shit down again. And a consciousness of guilt. An ATF agent wouldn't go to a Kate Peters. Kate Peters is who the ATF agents arrest. So once again, you dumbed yourself down. You made yourself look stupid. If you're going to you just made yourself so popular, Kevin from South Boston, on the internet again. You just brought the whole Kevin from South Boston thing back up, the decorated dude, on the 4th of July of all fucking days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Static selector. Static.
That's how it is. You would never let somebody come down. If you had nothing to do, if you had nothing to do with something, you would make an impact, make an example, facts. And you didn't do that. So once again, here's your little sound bite. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, cool. We heard it. We heard it all night tonight. Now you got to get the fuck out of here
Question
with
mark,
this.
an exclamation point. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question.
Yeah, and that's who you are now. That's who you are now, bro. If you really didn't do anything, you would step up and you would figure this shit out.
And you think a week ago, the fucking Alberts and the McCabe's, they had this fucking interview, and you weren't there. But now you're the fucking laughing stock.
Now you're the laughing stock, my man. You weren't there. Now you're the laughing stock. And you gave it to KP.
Yeah.
And you're acting like it's doing something. Yeah, it's doing nothing. All you're doing is you're getting Turtle Boy. You know, as far as a crime, I don't know if a crime was committed. I don't know if they could even make something out of it, right? At the end of the day, but you know you got Turtle Boy thinking, oh, you got a big ass bug on you, huh? God
damn, bro.
Yeah, he's got to go.
What was that? You got to go, bro.
But you know you got him rattled, man, because, you know, he's got a lot to lose. His kids, his freedom, everything he's built. And he wasn't expecting that, and he wasn't planning on that. And like you said, it was a ghost run. So you got him a little shook, but that did nothing. That's what you wanted to do. And that's all you were tunnel visioned on. Your tunnel vision was on how you can make Turtle Boy uncomfortable. But what you don't understand is you can't play in this field of the internet when you're the one that's hiding, and this is the way you want to show up. If you're going to show up, you should have showed up big time, buddy. You should have had the phone out with the Glock like this. You should have did it big time and looked at the camera and said, yo, next motherfucker that comes on my street, I'm putting a bullet in their face. I didn't do shit. Fuck you and everybody else. You should have did it big, Higgins. But once again, you went out like a sucker.
Fucking pissing on your paws.
I thought you wanted to shoot the fade. With that being said, I go by the name of JFK.
Kevy Kev.
I appreciate everybody's time. I hope you had a great night tonight. You can support Kevy Kev at KevyKev781 on the Cash App. JFK Venmo, JFK Show Off on the Venmo, the Cash App, all that. Check the description We'll see you guys next flight. I appreciate everybody. Peace and love.
Love.
God damn, Higgins. God damn.
Static selector. Static selector.
What's one thing life taught you? If you take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up. What's one thing life taught you?